Hi, Blackbird fans, and welcome to the second edition of the Gail Striegler Show. We're here with LIU women's head coach, Gail Striegler. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Since last we've talked, you've played 3 games, all at the rack. The first 2 games didn't quite go your way, both games at the Turkey Classic. Talk a little bit about the Colgate game.
You know, it's been a while ago, so I have to kind of think back on it. You know, you start looking ahead, trying to really look at who you're playing next. But we just didn't have a very good second half with that. Our first half was a little bit slow. Second half had a few minutes of good. The problem that we're having in both Colgate and UMKC, and even still today, is we're just not putting 40 minutes together. We put a half here, a half there, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and just really not able to put 40 minutes together. And it's hard to win games when you're not putting 40 minutes together.
First half was really a close game for much of the first half before the Raiders went on a run at the end of the first half to push it out to 17. Tried to get back in it in the second half, just kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah, we're having, in both games that we lost, we're having spells where we don't score for like 6 and 8 minutes, and that's a hard thing to come back from, and our defense is not quite there yet enough to be able to get that many stops to keep us in the game. So we've got to make sure that when we're in those type of games that we don't go through those dry spells. Somebody's got to step up and really hit a shot for us to put us back in it a little bit, and our defense has got to continue to get stops. One
bright spot, Cleandra Roberts played her first game in that game. She had 14 points off the bench for the Blackbirds. Against UMKC, started out really well, 18-2 lead 10 minutes into the game, and then second half kind of went the Ruse way.
It did. We just didn't hit any shots for about it seemed like the first 10 minutes of the second half we couldn't hit anything, and even at the end of the first half we were really not hitting things. So again, I think it's with a new team. We've got a lot of people back that have played some minutes, but none of them were really big points, putting points on the boards, and they're all trying to figure out where they fit into their role. I think it's starting to come together a little bit. The last game we did a good job of getting everybody involved, had 3 people in double figures. So, you know, everybody is starting to figure it out a little bit, I think, and really know what they need to do for us to be able to win.
On a more positive note, LIU played Towson last Saturday afternoon. One of the more exciting games I've seen at the rack in a long time. Down 10 with 4.5 minutes left. You call a timeout. What did you say to the team in the huddle in that timeout?
I'm not sure I can repeat what I said to the team in the huddle. It wasn't anything too bad, but I got on them pretty hard. We had gone through the same thing. It was one of those where we just hadn't scored in forever. We were letting them score every single possession. I think we went straight 5 possessions without running any offense, and that's a tough thing to do. So I got on them pretty hard, and we got back into it a little bit, decided to press, and really got back in the basketball game. And you know, still didn't execute extremely well at the end, but had our opportunities and really took advantage of it. I thought Kelly, our point guard Robinson, had the best game that she's had for us here.
Kelly Robinson took over down the stretch, really. Had a number of impressive layups, got people involved, put Tamika Guz in a good position to score down low a couple times, and had the game-winning bucket with about 26 seconds left in overtime. Talk about your strategy down the stretch in that you didn't have a timeout to call, but you put the ball in the hands of Kelly.
Yeah, we have a play that we can run at the end that we run quite a few games, and I told Kelly before the free throws, I said, if she makes them both, you need to run the play that we have for the end of the game. If not, you just need to take it and go, and that's basically what she did. She just went coast to coast with it. Nobody picked her up. It was a great finish by her at the end, and you know, she really came into her own that game, and we're expecting the same thing from her tonight.
Kelly finished with 12 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Tamika Guz also had a strong performance down low, 18 points. Talk about her development a little bit from where she was her freshman year and now where she is her senior year.
Well, she's finally where I thought that she could be and knew she could be. You know, Tamika had one of those jinx type of things, I would say. Every single year she would get hurt either in the preseason when we were preparing for games or in the postseason she would have to have some type of surgery. So she never really got the time frame where you're really working on your fundamentals and getting yourself better. She's just a great kid, great basketball player, can finish on the block, and really has a nice touch for a big kid outside. And you know, the sad thing for her is that it's her senior year, because if she had another year, I think she would really continue to develop. She played behind a couple of really good post players we've had here in the past couple of years, so didn't get as many minutes as she would have at probably some other programs, but really solidified the post for us her first 3 years and is really coming into her own this year.
Now tonight, LIU takes on Rutgers, a tough Big East opponent against legendary head coach Vivian Stringer. Coach, have you faced Coach Stringer in the past?
I have never played her as a head coach, as an assistant coach when she was at Iowa. I went up there and played the Iowa team. So, she's just a fantastic coach. She's got a lot of good players over there. It's an interesting matchup for us. They're very athletic and really like to press, which is one of our weaknesses right now, is breaking the press. So we'll see how we handle that. If we can break the press, I think it can be a good game tonight.
A unique situation. The Blackbirds going to the RAC to play, but the Rutgers RAC this time. RAC, not the WRAC, which is where the Blackbirds will play on Sunday, December 9th against Penn, your next home game. Coach, good luck this weekend and get a couple wins.
Thank you very much.